Greetings, greetings, greetings. Just bringing you guys back in for a quick demonstration of a dish that I'm going to make. Shying away from using the term salad, just because I think salad, when people think salads, then that's something that has like lettuce and tomato. And very rarely do I eat lettuce, although I do eat tomatoes often. So I'm just gonna make a dish. So what I have already is the juice of 1 lime, some shallots, some, these are called black cherry tomatoes, and some of this hot pepper. I don't know what kind of pepper that is. I think when I bought it in the store, they were calling it a Fresno pepper. That's my first time seeing that. But I wanted to add it to it because I wanted my dish to be a little bit spicy. So I'm gonna add to that an avocado and a few other things. So everybody really enjoyed the morning tonic video. So when I feel inspired, I will share with you guys some more food preparation. I don't think that I've done that since we lived in Atlanta. So I wanna if this gives people motivation, if this makes people want to try things, then I'm happy to share my way of doing things. And so, as I was saying before, I'm blessed now to have an organic farm that delivers to me for not a large fee. And so all of the fruits and vegetables that I'm using are organic and also in season, because part of reality is you can't get stuff once it's out of season. So to be honest with you, I've had a hard time finding good greens, because I think that greens, once the heat reaches a certain level, it's hard to find them. So, but we were working with what we have. I found a few today, not in the large amounts that I used to be able to find them, but I found enough to get this done. So right now I'm just cutting up a pear into cubes. And part of what I want to make sure that you see here is that you put in what you like, okay? Somebody's gonna come on here and they're gonna say, oh, that's bad food combination. But if you eating bullshit, if you eating processed shit that's not real food, then to eat fresh things is going to cause an immediate difference in how you feel, how you think, and eventually how you look. So we're going to ignore those people who say it's bad food combination, because what they're trying to do is to get you to think that eating properly is difficult, and it's not. Okay? It's not. You put in stuff that you like. If you like apples and pears, then put them in a dish. You can put apples and pears into a stir fry if you want to, right? If they are fruits that you like, throw them on up in a dish, right? It's not rocket science. And that's true for anything in life. If it's simple, then it's probably true. But if it seems really complex and like rocket science, and you got to go to a certification course to learn how to do it properly, then it's probably not true. It's probably a scam. So somebody's gonna come and say, don't mix that with that, don't put those with those. That's people that's trying to scam you. They probably got some kind of food certification course that they want us to all get into, or some sort of live foods cookbook that they want us to all buy. So we're gonna ignore them, because what we can do is trust our body. So now I'm cutting up some okra. And just like most of you probably, I grew up not really liking okra. My grandmother used to boil it down to the gel. My mother didn't cook it, so I guess she probably didn't like it either. But my grandmother would boil it down to a gel. And just the thought of eating that gel was never appealing. And so when I got older, my godmother, Yellow Shoshangoniola Sowevi Zanu, I was at her house one time in Milwaukee helping with an initiation, and I was pregnant with my fourth daughter, Fasharanti, Fasharanti, and she made some okra for me. And she stir-fried it up really quickly in a pan with palm oil and with red bell pepper and with onion. And I knew from then that I actually did like okra. I just didn't like it when it was boiled down to a gel. And so after Fasharanti was born was when I started doing Queen Afua's Sacred Woman. And in Sacred Woman, Queen Afua tells you if you eat okra without cooking it, you will probably like it. It's crunchy and it's delicious. And she was correct as well. So I saute my okra really quickly in some hot palm oil with some tomatoes and some peppers, or I will eat it like this without cooking it at all. So right now I'm adding 2 different kinds of organic kale. So one is just a regular green, and one is the one that they call red. It's like the purpley one. The red one is actually my favorite. But in this change of seasons, the red one has been the most difficult to find. So I love the red one, and I love the dino one. Now, whenever you're cooking greens, if your grandmother didn't tell you, you might have to wash them 3 or 4 times. Because, you know, other creatures like greens just as much as we do. So if your greens are organic especially, then you might find some creatures on them. So wash them 3 or 4 times, wash them with salt, and then after that just wash them with water. And you get them out your bag or whatever container you put them in to cook with, then you may want to wash them again. You can't overwash them. You can't wash them too much. And now with this pandemic, I also use a little bit of soap, a little bit of organic soap when I wash all of my fruits and vegetables before I put them away. So now I'm just adding some extra virgin olive oil, not any sort of fancy brand, but Publix brand, because we do not have to spend all kind of ridiculous amounts of money to be eating well. I'm gonna add some garlic, and I'm gonna add some smoky chipotle peppers just because I like the smoky flavor. Hold on, guys. And you know I need that hot pepper because my ears are trying to stop up. So this is just a regular garlic powder. And I'm adding this because the flavor of the fresh garlic is good, but I like the flavor of the fresh garlic with